Hi.
We have done I have done a little bit of off-camera work.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it says the server region's Victoria, Australia.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I am actually beneath the house. Let me just get over to you real quick. So there have been a few changes. Namely,
Okay.
my
I'm
armor
so
is.
happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you too. My armor's dented to hell. I need to. Oh, never mind. Iron helmet in here. Wait, no.
What happened?
This is probably yours. I have I have fought a lot of things. Let me just put
And you did it all off camera?
uh yeah, I did a little bit of the stuff off. So let me just go.
Oh,
Wait, sorry. Robin. Keep forgetting the blue, not mine. Oh, uh, you remember what the house used to look like? How we used to have a configuration of copper that looked like this, and it was filling the entire house.
yes.
So I thought it was going way slower than I remembered copper usually oxidizing. So
Mm-hmm.
I went and did my research, and I found out that if you walk out onto the balcony, there's a configuration. Oh, you can just sneak along out on the outside, as long as you don't fall off.
That's a shift, right?
Yep, shift is the one that prevents you from falling off. So I've found a few sources online, but one that they seem to agree on is that if you place them at 4 blocks apart, it's nearing the point of like no diminishing. So if I place them 5 blocks apart, they will start oxidizing faster, but they will oxidize faster by a fraction of a percent. It's like the tiniest margin. So
Okay.
as I basically started a side project. Oh, sorry, that was my alarm to
What
make.
is that?
That was my phone alarm to make sure I didn't like oversleep.
Do I come down and join you?
You can totally.
Yay.
So I've started placing them 4 blocks apart. In theory, placing them 5 blocks apart would be better, except that basically means we fit 20% less copper onto these giant hexagons that I've built.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition to getting 20% less copper, we only gain like 4 or 5% in terms of the speed at which it oxidizes.
Okay.
So yeah, not a tremendous return on investment.
That's really cool though.
Yeah, and the fact that we've spaced them out so far means that the copper oxidizes a little bit faster. It's not like it happens before your eyes, but when you start placing down, like when you have a batch that you want cleared up, and you get rid of all of them, and then you place down these freshly non-wax coppers, by the time you're done placing them down, some will have oxidized to like the first stage right before your eye,
The mottled one, right?
mottled one. And yeah, that's the one thing I well, that's one of the things. The
Uh-huh.
next thing I did was if you go over here and look behind that waterfall, I have
Mm-hmm.
started digging a tunnel,
This
and
one.
yeah, so I made a 5 by 5 and put lights on the top so that we don't get spawns. I don't think we
Okay.
can get spawns in 1 block deep water, but I'm not gonna risk it. So basically, we have a tunnel, and the tunnel goes from here to the trading outpost village.
Okay.
And I'm gonna employ a pretty funny little system, which is that I'm going to fill all of this up here. And because while I was digging through, I realized it perfectly bisects the place where we have the route to the spider farm. So I built a door to the spider farm to keep stuff out, everything including up to baby zombies. And I just dug the tunnel. I've also filled it with a bunch of blue blocks because you said that for the magma farm you wanted a blue aesthetic. There are a
Mm.
few more blue blocks that I have yet to put. For example, blue ice and packed
Mm-hmm.
ice. They're both blue. But
Okay.
yeah. So in here we have an example of all of the coppers. We have a block of copper, a block of exposed copper, a block of weathered copper, a block of oxidized copper. Then below that we
That's
have
insane.
cut copper, exposed copper, weathered cut copper, and oxidized cut copper. So these are like
That
the
is
these
just
these are like the teals, and I think if you stand pretty close, you can actually see a 3D model of the full form because it's an item
mhm.
frame behind the set.
Mhm,
Then we
mhm,
have a bunch of others. Lapis block. This is going to be a bit difficult to make, but with trading, it's actually moderately easy to farm. That or I just go crazy. There's blue wool, which is
mhm,
blue terracotta, light blue terracotta, both easy to farm. Get the dye reagent. Cyan wool, easy to farm. Warped planks and warp stem or stripped warp stem. All of
mhm.
these will be ish to farm. I just need to make a machine. Copper, I found a zombie spawner while I was digging out the tunnel, so that is copper is secured for the future. We have
That's
warped nylium, which is really just netherrack bone mealed with one of these blocks beside. The only thing is it's
okay.
only blue when seen. Then we have glazed cyan glazed terracotta, and these are
Is
not
that this motley looking one?
one with the
Okay,
funky pattern. And these
okay.
are not technically blue blocks, but I just thought that if you're doing a blue to green transition, that doing
Uh-huh.
oxidized cut copper, non-stripped bamboo wood blocks, and stripped bamboo blocks or stripped bamboo planks would be pretty pretty nice gradient.
Mm,
But yeah, that's what I've done. And on top of that, I have also like every time I found copper while mining, I have
mhm.
converted it to I've converted it to I I've converted it to copper using a fortune pickaxe. So
Uh-huh.
you gotta jump on top of that, press yourself into the corner, jump while looking down, close the trapdoor so you have some like a little bit more elevation, like back up into the corner.
Here? Oops.
No, back up into the wall, and then
Okay. Look down.
yeah, look down, jump, close the trapdoor. I know this is a very.
You have to be
I tell you
kidding
what,
me.
I've got silk touch. Why don't we just do this?
Okay. I wish I could. I mean, I would like to be able to learn to do that at some point, for sure.
It's okay. But yeah, I've started work on the tunnel system,
Okay.
and I wish I had like actually wait hold on I can demonstrate to you. Give me a moment. There'll be a crafting table somewhere, right? Let me very quickly demonstrate with the bamboo raft.
Did
So
did you go back to
I went
yeah?
back to the. Don't worry, I'll be right back down. So in a moment we're going to. So in a bit we're gonna have this
Mhm.
tunnel filled up,
Okay.
and of course we can't have a water highway that goes right through our walkway to the spider farm. So
Okay.
what I have done, actually, you know what? Hold on. I made a little bit of a miscalc. Me very quickly, some hair work. Water physics is weird in this game. Like, it is like the weirdest. I'm just going to start filling up a section of tunnel. So
Oh, I'm being blown.
yeah,
I'm
there are a few
being.
ways that you
Uh-huh.
can use water elevators to change elevation. Namely, you can
Right.
use magma blocks, which create like a downward pull to drag people down, or you can use soul sand, which produces an upwards push to lift people up. So, say for example, I am I am traveling to the trade village, and I've got a bamboo raft, and I've got like a chest in it, and I decide,
Uh-huh.
hey, I wanna go through where our house should be. Our options would either be for me to go up, be bubble elevated up, go across, and then drop down, or drop below. So what I opted was the drop below. So we'll go through, and then we'll drop down to the water column below. And if you
Okay.
can look over the edge, I am. Oh, actually, you know what? You can just jump over the edge. You can go back up in the current. So so this said sand below creates an upwards buoyancy. So if I'm just moving through a tunnel, and this is how people make like aqueducts and travel their world via like aqueduct.
So
They
this
just
is
go
an
through
underground river basically, but it's on soul sand.
basically. That's it. You know what? Yeah, underground river with assisted elevation change.
Did you just build the Suez Canal?
I I might have, except there's less. I've employed a lot less of those like levees where they change heights by like making a dam area. I know what you mean. I know that I know the canal you're referencing because there's a city in One Piece that is effectively a floating island
Right.
where all the good engineers and shipwrights live, and they had to do that to stop their island from. But yeah, once this is through, we'll have a tunnel that goes all the way to the
That is so
trade
cool.
village. It is, and I've actually building those hexagons was pretty fun. Oh, as in the time that we've been working on this project, or in the time I've been showing you the hole I dug, some of the copper is actually oxidized. That's how quickly it goes.
Right.
So it's oxidized to its final state. And the reason I'm using a lot of copper in its mineral block form
Hmm.
is because when it oxidizes to its final state, instead of waiting for the individual cut copper pieces, I
Hmm.
can just put the end product into a stone cutter and it the cut copper for me in the desired state of weather.
Okay.
Pretty cool. If you want, we
Yeah, it
can go
is.
back and I have a few plans. Mainly just we switch out the raggedy iron armor that we're currently wearing for some diamond armor. Big upgrade that
Nice.
matches the tools that we got.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've enchanted the four pieces along with your axe and shovel. So you have the choice between wearing a chestplate that has fire protection 3, breaking 3, or protection 4, thorns 2, and unbreaking. I
What
recommend
is
you.
thorns?
Thorns is a recoil. So if hold on, punch me, your fist,
I need an open hand for that, right? Okay, give me a sec.
or just
Let
put
me
your
just.
pickaxe in your offhand. If you're holding an item, press F, and then it goes to your.
Okay.
Yeah, that's thorns.
That's horrible. I
So
just
it's
punched you. How do I get the item back?
uh oh, you press F again, offhanded.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's thorns. It's really useful for if you're getting attacked by mobs.
Right,
But
because then you bounce
you
out
yeah,
of reach.
you recoil some of the damage. So
I
if you have a
see.
weapon that
Okay,
does like 90% of their health, and then they hit you when you're wearing a piece of thorns, it gets recoiled to them. So
gotcha.
that's
Gotcha.
thorns. Fire protection is just it reduces the amount of time you spend on fire by 45%, according to this. And your options for pants are protection 3, unbreaking 3, or just unbreaking. I would personally take the one that has protection because you I am I'm better suited to dealing with problems that come than you are.
What you mean is you were not the one who got set on fire last episode.
Yes, but okay, the protections can't stack, so you can't have protection 4 and fire protection on.
I
I
see.
am like if
Okay.
something's attacking me, I'm a lot better at like ducking and weaving, and then like
Okay.
bopping it in the head a couple times with it.
Okay. So go for the better protection, is it?
I think so. I think that makes sense.
Okay.
You should take the prot 4 and the prot 3 unbreak. I'll take the fire prot 3 and
And that is.
that's a
What am
nope.
I doing?
Nope. Check the chest. Oh, got rid of the mannequin. It's the diamond armor in
Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. I'm sorry. Okay. And how do I equip them? I can't remember now.
Either right click
I don't
or you
play enough.
press. Wait, you're in the wrong chest, but
Uh,
you're wearing my old iron armor.
okay.
You can see if you look over to this chest and mouse over something, you can see the enchants.
Okay, got it. So don't be so quick. Just calm down. Right click.
Uh, yeah, right click will just pick it up and carry it with your mouse. So a left click, but if you shift and do either, it will put it in your inventory.
Okay.
So then from there, you can hold the item and right click it to put it on. It will switch it out with whatever you're wearing in that relevant slot. Or you can press E, mouse over, click the item, and then click it onto the chest plate, pants, boots, or head slot.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd been doing, but it was very slow. Your keyboard shortcuts were your shortcuts were much quicker. Um, okay.
On. And then you should probably put the axe and actually, you know what? I'll put the axe and the shovel back in the chest. I'll give you better ones.
Okay.
The
How
axe
do I
should
put them in
be
the chest? Do I
shift
fling them?
shift left click or shift right click. Either works. Or just click and then put them in the open slot. Either or. Okay. So I'm giving you a shovel that does not have unbreaking, but it's got mending, which means when you gain XP while holding the tool, it will repair itself.
Mm.
And then I'm giving you an axe that has silk touch and mending. So when you mine something, it'll mine in its raw state. Yeah, I guess I should be holding my. Actually, no. You should be have a shield so you can block with it.
Where is the shield? Is it in here? Oh, there it is. Right. And that I need to equip it in my offhand. Okay, I know this is not a fashion show, but this outfit is is getting out of control.
Yeah, if you want to do a single unified color, you could wear a helmet, or you could do two unified colors by that'll should be okay. And as you can see, like we are now our armor bar, the one directly above our hearts, it's
Hmm.
gone from 7.5 to 9.
Uh, yes,
Yeah, pretty big upgrade.
that's really cool. Okay.
Come on, we can hit the hay, and I can show you the changes that have been made to the village. There haven't been that many, but
Okay.
so we can either we can either travel on foot or we can do a little bit of work to the boat area, and then we can travel by that. Also, if you check the minerals chest, you will realize there is a lot of oxidized copper. That I still have a little bit of copper that needs to be broken down with a fortune pickaxe, raw copper ore, and then
Hmm.
smelted down, like processed. So don't worry about building the magma farm with copper because we, on top of this, we actually have about 8 stacks already. You know what? Hold on. In the interest of consolidation, let me just
Mm.
take this copper real quick, and if I put it
Okay.
into the stone cutter, I will shift it up there. Actually, wait, should I be getting you to? I don't know if
Maybe.
so. Just take the oxidized copper, right click the stone cutter, uh, shift click on it, and it should throw it into one item slot that's there. And then you will have an option for a bunch of different things you can. For example, there's chiseled copper, which
Okay.
looks like cool scaffolding or techno scaffolding. Then
Hmm.
there's I think there's like a grate, which just
Hmm.
looks like a chain mesh.
Hmm.
I personally haven't built with many of them before, but the one that you wanted to build with was the one that had the frost pattern across it. Right? The linear cross, I think it's oxidized cut copper.
Oxidized cut copper, but I don't know if I saw the grate the last time. The grate also looks very cool. Are there pros and cons?
Uh, no. And actually, I think it's okay if you want to use the grate because all of the
Mhm.
copper that I've already oxidized, the oxidized cut copper,
Mhm.
there's like different levels. Like you can't craft backward. So if I put in oxidized chiseled copper, I can't craft it backwards. And I can't put a oxidized copper grate. But if I put oxidized cut copper in there, I can. Oh wait,
Cannot.
never mind.
Cannot, right?
I can't craft backwards, but
No, then let's
I
stick with cut copper.
can craft oxidized cut copper into oxidized chiseled copper. If you like, looks like this. It's a very techno block. It looks like the Golden Gate Bridge scaffolding.
What do you think? I'm quite happy with the oxidized cut copper actually.
I'm happy with it too. And honestly,
Okay.
you can be like the chief designer. I have minimal input on these things. But if you're interested in the grate, it looks like this, and it gives like this like mesh. Unfortunately, you can't see the textures of the other sides of the grate through space. It's almost like glass actually. Like you can see the face of one side of glass, but you can't see.
Right. Okay. I'm just every time you cut something, I'm picking it up by accident.
Pretty sure
Okay,
you leave it
so
in a dump chest or something. I'll sort it all out off
so what do I do? Do I put
camera.
the so I say I go to stone cutter and then I do the oxidized cut. I shift
Select.
click.
You can either shift click it to throw it in there, or you can click to pick it up and then put it in the box. None of it's different. And then you can like select the product you want, which in this case
But
is ice cut copper.
when I do select it, um, when I do select it, I'm only getting 4 pieces at a time.
Yeah, that's correct. If you made it in your crafting, like your inventory crafting, you get less than four.
Okay. Is there, so I just keep,
Yeah, just keep putting them on.
okay, I'm already out of space. I think I need to,
Just throw it on the ground. That quick. Most items have a. I think every item has a 5 minute. That's how long it can exist, like just sitting on the floor as an item.
and to throw all its shift, control Q?
Control
Yes.
Q.
Okay. It's very slow. I'm going very slowly. I mean, not intentionally.
Okay. I think you'll speed up as time goes on. I did entertain the idea of doing like a of either like seeing if you want to do like your own single player let's play, and every episode you get a call, and then you're like, hey, how do I do this, and then I talk you through it over the, or you can I the next thing I figured, like if I wanted to teach myself to get to like my current level of
Uh-huh.
Minecraft mastery, what would I do? The first thing is I set up like a, those standardized obstacle courses you go through in the military, like those
Uh-huh.
SOCs where you like run up a log, you run up like multiple logs, you rappel down a wall. I was thinking I could set up one of those for you, except it's like, here's how you like here's how you move while you're sprinting. Here's how you parkour between multiple different blocks. Here's how you like. Here's how you strafe while running.
You
Then
know that that would actually be quite cool, right? Like, I mean,
I'm glad to hear it. Then I guess the next thing would be combat. Like you probably learn how to like always have your shield in your offhand until you're confident enough to drop it. Then how to like bait out an attack, then like enemies can only attack so many times. Oh, sorry, they can only attack so many times in a second, with the exception of magma cubes. Those ones are really dangerous because just contact with them causes you damage, and
Right.
it's hard to explain. You basically get something called an iframe, which is where if I am like punching you as fast as I can punch, you will be taking damage. You will not be taking damage every because like after someone gets hit, there's like they have like a fractional moment of immunity, and
Okay.
if you're getting attacked by a lot of mobs, they can. It's sort of you're limited to taking damage as fast as you can, if that makes sense. Like you are, there's a limit to how quickly you can take X amount of. Oh, sorry, there's a
Okay.
limit to how many times different damage sources can ding you with damage. But magma cubes bypass that because being like in contact with is a source of damage. So
Right.
what they can do is like they can jump like on top of you, or they can occupy the same area as you, and you are taking damage literally as fast as the game. Oh,
Okay.
that's bad news, very bad news. And yeah,
Okay. I have stumbled my way. I love this idea of an obstacle course. I don't know whether I don't know how I feel about you building one, but like yeah,
oh,
like a
we can
let's
find a
play single. But right now the chest is full and I don't have a place to. Oh, you've emptied it. How do you do that?
just took a bunch of copper out and started putting them in the. Oh, we may need a couple. Actually, you know what? I just had a pretty funny idea. I can steal the blast furnaces from the ancient ruin. I don't know why I didn't think of doing this
What?
earlier. So
What?
the ruin that's in our house, it's got a couple of blocks in called blast furnace. Find the damn thing, and
Where
it's
are you?
basically a. Oh, I'm in the ruin next to our house.
Okay.
Why there were more blast furnaces? Thought there was like at least two blast furnaces. Did I take them both? I might have been greedy and taken them. My fault. They're probably in the chest.
Uh-oh.
One blast furnace. We got one additional blast furnace. That's hopefully going to speed up this process a little. There. And yeah, we do have a shitload of copper that needs to be into raw copper. And that's not even the worst part. We still have another stack that needs to be converted. But actually, come to think of it, I can do that very quickly.
You can? I could do it too. It's practice.
Oh, yeah.
And
Good idea. So
where is it though?
I'll just place it on the ground. And okay, one thing that I do to like get ores done faster, this is copper ore, is I will
Mm-hmm.
look into a corner and I'll basically just hold down the right click and hold down my left click. So every time I break the block, there's a vacancy in front of my head, and I can mine it with my. Or I can place another block and mine it with my. And it's through this that I've converted like a shitloads of ores. It's how I convert a massive amount of coal into like coal blocks. How I convert massive amounts of whatever mineral resource. Fortune 3 still beats out like most methods of like an automatic farm, like for each of these resources. But the caveat
Okay.
is for Fortune 3 to continue working, you need finding the resource.
Mm.
That is a bit of a doozy something. Unless you're willing to build like a giant quarry, which we
And so
can.
this one you're not finding the resource, you're just laying
Uh
it down
I'm
and then
I'm finding the resource when I go digging for like the tunnel. The tunnel we have leads all the way to the Acacia village.
uh-huh.
And yeah, that one's actually pretty good. Oh, that tunnel has actually been very good for me gathering. So I'm just gonna go put these in a chest downstairs. And have you decided on a magma farm?
I actually have. So I like the one that Potato uh Noir did. And the reason I like that one, I don't know if you, it was the simplest one, but it's also something that like I could kind of understand. The other two looked really beautiful and very elaborate, but like yeah, it felt like I wasn't really entirely sure that like I was following the logic
Okay.
behind the construction. So that's my 2 cents. And if you have a reason for wanting to do one of the other ones.
Nope. Entirely up to you.
Okay, cool.
The potato noir was the cheap 1.21 Magma farm.
Yes.
Hey,
And it was very simple and it looked like something that like, okay, if I had the blueprint I could build. Whereas the other ones were like, I'm not gonna be able to build this.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So what I will need is I'll need to click on tutorial part of the video. Or actually what I'll need to do is see if there's a resource list. I
I think he does. Mm,
have the exact timestamp for the
the timestamp. Give me a sec. Let me have a look. 1 second, son. Enjoy your ketchup. Uncle Sean says hi.
Hi.
Uh, yes, okay, if you go to 610,
610.
right, he's got a little graphic. Shout out to Potato Noir.
Okay. I see it. So 900 slabs. Why is my phone quality so low? On Earth? It's so weird.
What
But
are you
okay.
doing? You're looking it up on your phone.
I'm looking it up on my phone. Maybe it's cause I'm streaming. So it's like there's a limited amount of bandwidth. Okay, so 912 slabs, 400 and something. I think those are leaves. Hold on. Just damn. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna have to turn off stream playback for this. Uh,
Okay.
history. Watch the video again. Nine. What? Okay. Yeah. 912 of any slab. What on earth is my phone doing? Oh my frigging god. What is. Hold on. I'm just going to close everything that is open in the background. Even though it's like my banking app and Audible. Go back to YouTube. Oh, oh, that didn't help. The fuck is okay? Never mind. I'm just going to pass it out based on context clue. 912 slabs, 400 and something leaves, 181 full blocks, 125 scaffolding, 77 dirt, 77 sweet berries, 77
Mm-hmm.
bone meal, 10 obsidian, trapdoor. I think that the obsidian may be how we get up there. 73 rails, 9 glass, 8 panes, 6 powered rails, 6 chests, 4 wool. Okay, 4 iron blocks. Sorry. 3 levers, a hopper minecart, a flint and steel, a hopper, 2 observers. I hope to God. Redstone torch. Okay, no, never mind. I understand. Okay, I understand that part of the circuit. It's a it's a dropper. It's a okay. No, never mind. I was wrong on that one. Redstone torch, redstone repeater, redstone conduit. What's the okay? Sorry, it's something made of redstone. I know how to craft it. I just have no idea what it is. If it's not a
Okay.
repeater, it's not an observer. Not a converter. It's something made of redstone. I swear I know what it is. I'm just
Is
having a
wait, is this the single piece thing?
uh which one? Single piece?
As in all the items had numbers, right? But the last few items have no numbers.
Yeah, the single piece.
Which one? The very first one?
No, the second one. It's like a redstone torch, a redstone repeater, and a redstone something. God of
Ah,
movement.
okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
probably I know what the item is. I know how it works. I just have no idea how. I can't for the life of me remember. Then there's an auto crafter, a pumpkin, and an ender. Okay, so these can actually be pretty easy to get, and we can do all the crafting, or we can do all the prep work this episode, and then make it the next episode. Also,
Nice.
I've been meaning to ask you. I don't have
Mm.
the blocks to show them off to you yet, but would you be cool with a gradient for the if we decide to make them look like like a non-organic, like something that doesn't exist in vanilla Minecraft? Like for example, if the bottom of the cliff is black and then like it looks like it's been water stained and then it goes all the way up, but it's got like a it turns to like bleached white at the top, like the sun's baked it dry. That, or we can switch it so that like the top of the cliffs are black, like it's volcanic activity, and then the bottom is like salt stained white.
I would be more than okay with that. I think it sounds amazing.
Then we gotta figure out a gradient. I can build like the gradient that I've used before, and you can see if you like it. And I have one further question.
Mm.
It's the hexagons that I built in the middle of the ocean. Would you
Wait.
prefer
Yes, I see them.
would you prefer if for the cliff what I did was like a very organic, like it like almost exactly follows the contours of like the terrain that were here before, like top to bottom? Or would you prefer if I basically blocked out the outline of the cliff in the form of a bunch of those hexagons? Because they basically connect together perfectly. You can like there's one block in the middle and then you can connect them with uh you can put any block between the hexagons. Matter
Right.
of fact, this one's supposed to be its own hexagon. But I can block off the cliff using a number of these hexagons, and what that would
Right.
do is I can't for the life of me remember the name of the place, but it's like in New Zealand or something, and it's like a bunch of structures made of it's naturally formed, but for some
Hmm.
reason I don't know what it is. Like, okay, you know how like bismuth, the metal, if you pour it into like a mold and you inject a seeding crystal, it'll become these like inverted pyramids. Something about the nature of the lava in that one volcano in New Zealand, or like Te Aotearoa. It's a very specific place, and I'm 95% sure it's New Zealand. If it's
Okay.
not New Zealand, it's a place that I would associate with New Zealand, like Polynesia, Micronesia, Indonesia, like one of the islands.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm just gonna go out on a limb because Google's very good nowadays, and I think if I just type obsidian hexagon volcano into Google Images, oh my god, it fucking worked. It's called the Giant's Causeway. I'm going to copy.
Oh,
I'm going to download the message and I'm going to send it to you. Oh, actually, you know what? No.
okay.
Let me just look at the Giants Cause. Oh, wait, it's in the UK.
That sounds familiar.
I'm
Act-
so silly. It's in the UK.
Actually,
Why did I think of the Zealand? Oh, colonialism. Hmm. Okay, that's why I thought of the UK. Oh, that's why I thought of. So this is the Google search result. Oh my god, that's a long message. But if you click on it, it should take you to a place where they show you the Giant's Causeway, and it's a bunch of these like hexagonal. It's really weird. It looks man-made, but this is apparently natural formation,
right.
which
There's a
is
bunch of like natural formations that beggar belief, right, in the
Yeah,
world.
there's that
Right
one
now, I'm drawing an
elephant
absolute
rock.
blank, but yeah, like um, there's this guy. Well, I can't remember what they were talking about. Like they said, like the metal library, and they claimed that it was like some advanced civilization. But the reason they claimed it was because in this underground cave, um, the geological formations were looked, so artificial.
Mhm.
But okay, yeah, I'm seeing them now.
You're
It's
seeing,
very
are you
beautiful.
seeing the, are you seeing the vision? Like if I decided, okay, we can like block out the entire part of, actually, we could do the entire mountain range, and every time there's like a big change in height, we just well, there's no like there's I'm not sure what we do for like a transitional, but
Uh-huh.
like imagine this whole mountain range blocked off
Hmm.
in the form of like stone hexagons like these that go through a
Yeah.
texture gradient from bottom to top.
Yeah, I think that would look amazing. And I was just thinking, it's not just geology, right? I mean, honeycombs
Ooh, yes,
look
honeycombs.
very, very I mean,
They look
they look somehow
engineered.
precise, right? Engineered. I guess they are engineered by bees, but
Yes. Well, yeah,
um,
I don't think engineering has to be done by people. We got leaf cutter ants that are basically farmers.
mhm.
Yeah, I think it could look pretty nice.
I
And
can see it. I can see it, and I would be up for it.
great. And I will start blocking in sections of the lower wall. I do have a little bit of coursework. I've got something due on the 21st, and then after that, there's a few of my TMAs. But I
Hmm.
like whenever I'm like ahead of my work, and I'm just like gonna go play video games. I can do this.
How do we? Sorry, is that all?
It's that or I play Albion Online, which is another game I've been dropping a little bit of time into.
Right. What I would like to know is how would you build the hexagonal grid, the structure,
Ooh,
or
as in like, oh, okay, so I
like the
could build them
material?
in as for a start, I would just use a placeholder block. For example, I would use cobblestone or netherrack or something that will be gone soon. And then
Okay.
I would just build the outline, and then so that I know where each part of the each like next stage of the build goes. And I'd either
Yeah,
build it like one block smaller than the outline or like perfectly aligned so that I can just build it on top and then get rid of the bottom guideline.
understood. Okay.
So if there's more than one size of hexagon that works. This is just one that works quite well from my personal experience. For example, this pattern where it's
Hmm.
one block and then 7 blocks going on the diagonal and then one block
Hmm.
19. In my experience, this is a pattern that can continue infinitely, and I can attach like 1,000 more hexagons. I have the space and the dirt. I could attach 1,000 more hexagons like it, and that would work. But it will result in very large blocky cliff shape. If you can imagine like this block or this hexagon plot, except it's like 75 blocks tall to match the cliff. That one
Right.
may be a little bit excessive. But if you make them too small, you run the chance of where we end up living
Hmm.
being in a sort of weird cleft or like a gully between two of these things. If it's a flat face, I can build it with the flat face, like this long edge of the hexagon,
Hmm.
oriented like to face outwards from where the house is, so that like everything else is in takes its bearing from that. Like the right marker to and
Okay.
we could do that. Or there's honestly there's a lot of options. We can we can find a an ideal size where hmm, sorry, I was thinking for a second and I was like, no, mathematically I doubt there's an ideal size where this interior edge is equal to two of the other hexagons in yeah, if we just stick with a single uniform size of hex. But it is up to you.
Mm, I think I think maybe uniform.
Okay. So single-sized hexagons. And the next question
I
is,
don't know. Is one easier or more straightforward? Not it's not easier, but more straightforward. Or is there like
one size will be a little more straightforward because that means there's only one, I guess, build parameter I need to remember. But there's something I can do actually. I can
mm-hmm,
use the website I used to find those hexagon measurements,
mm,
and I can create a bunch of smaller hexagons. So, like, I can create a bunch of smaller hexagons on top of this hexagon. So what that will do is basically you can come down and you can get a feel for while standing on top of something. Get a feel for whether it's like uh too large for us to build, like use in construction, too large for us to like feasibly live in. Pretty good to like get the scale of your base down to it. Because when I played Minecraft with like uh I guess the Minecraft group, Elfie, Sam, Skep, Ruben, Caleb,
mm-hmm.
there's I built a base in like I think 2020, and I made the mistake of like it wasn't like I used circumference instead of diameter, but I basically calculated I basically created an enormous base.
Uh-huh.
It's it was like meant to be. I'm a big fan of Dark Souls, right? You know how big of a fan of Dark Souls I am. You know that I came very close to having a Dark Souls tattoo like soon as I turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I keep nerding out to you about Dark Souls lore, and I'm like, oh, this and that, and like Seath the Scaleless and Ornstein and Smo. I
100%.
tried to recreate something from Dark Souls, which was there's this library where Seath the Scaleless, one of the four endgame bosses of Dark Souls, he he's just this crippled, malformed dragon who is filled with like fight and lust and a desire to collect books. And he sits at the top of this tower, surrounded by people who have been turned into crystal by him, and or turned into like crystal, like living crystals, and
Mm-hmm.
they are kind of, sort of, probably his slaves. Like the crystals probably take over what was human there before. This sure as like hollowing takes away like human mental faculties. So he had this big evil library, and in this big evil library, it's basically a giant cylinder all the way up. So there's like a mountain that you have to climb, or there's a hill, I guess, to climb. And then on top of it, there's Seath's like evil library laboratory, and also a place where he imprisoned his wife slash best friend's daughter. He's a real creep. He's a real
Okay.
creep, and
Sounds like a piece of work.
real piece of work. He's also misunderstood though. It's probably a product of being bullied by all the other dragons who are, I shit you not, like immortal, perfect, unkillable beings, and and
Okay.
and on account of him not having dragon scales, he just he has a lifespan. The others, it's like beyond. It's either beyond counting, or like none of them have died of old age yet. The the the
Right.
the primordial dragons were like a force of nature, and he's just some fucking cripple with no skin. It's really depressing. But anyways, he built this evil fucked up library, and it was like this massive cylinder, like, and every wall of the cylinder is just books, 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 books. And there's like a circular staircase running up the middle, and it is one of the most painful areas in the game because it's surrounded by these fucking maniac lizard men who are like actually the worst fucking people in I they're like the worst thing in a Dark Souls game.
Okay.
and you have to run up this spiral staircase while you are being chased by gel monsters. You are being chased by these lizard men with human-sized meat cleavers, and you are being shot at by the maniac lizard men with like arrows. So it's a very unfun part of the game. And yeah, I that's Seath the Scaleless, and I basically I tried to build a one-to-one replica of his library. So I would
I think I remember this.
You remember
I
like me
think I re
complaining about Seath the spineless when I was playing Dark Souls, or do you remember the big
I
library?
remember them trying to build the library, but then remind me what happened?
We never I never got around to finishing it because it was such a massive project. It was to the point where basically it's look in like a double chest. You see that many blocks?
Mm-hmm.
That that much that much like resource that many resources in the form of like blackstone bricks would have contributed maybe 6 blocks to the total height of the tower. It's the tower is okay. You know what? Actually, let me go. I'm sort of okay at gauging this. Mum, look out the window.
Look out the window.
Okay, on the if you were standing on the circumference of the tower, and I was of the same height as you, this would be about how big the build was. Okay, actually,
Mm.
maybe about here. This is actually no. I was right. I was okay. Yeah, this was about the circumference, and imagine a big circle, and at the top, I could build. I had room to build 8 statues, and one of them was a dragon that like if its feet were here, its head would be about on par with where you are now, and it was such a big build. It's like an empire, right? That you reach a point of collapse. There will come a point where like the there's no balance in the intrinsic and extrinsic pressures, and like the whale just gets so fat it dies. My
I
build
didn't know that as in
my
for a build.
my build was that whale. Uh
Oh dear.
yeah, and it got to the point where like I would not be surprised if I burned a couple 100,000 blocks. No, no. Actually, no. We did have a farm. I've it was okay. It was high tens of thousands. So, anyways, this is a hexagon with a radius with a radii of 35, or with a diameter of 35. So, if I try a hexagon with 30, you can see what.
Is that how you measure hexagon internal
Uh,
distance?
I am not
I'm
sure.
not sure. Okay, but what you mean is it's 35 blocks
Yeah, 35 blocks.
across?
I think 35. I think that's how I do it. Or I think that's how it's supposed to be done. I am not sure though. I could be entirely wrong. I'm not
But you,
imagining.
but you,
What's
no,
up?
but you executed it, right?
Yes, but I executed it by following a online guide.
Understand. Okay. Okay, cool. Hmm.
6, and then it goes. Then I do the same thing on the other side.
Okay.
6, and then I do the same thing on this side. And this is how I've been building the one. Bam, bam. Build through.
Okay.
So this, for example, is a hexagon that's got a. I guess I'm not sure if I'd call it a diameter. It's got an it's got a it's 30 it's 25. Oh no, this is 30. Sorry, and I can build you another that's 25 and another that's 20. And then
Okay.
it's a good thing being able to like sit up there and look down and see, oh yeah, this is approximately how big it looks. But it's even better to physically be there and be able to tell like, oh yeah, this is this is what a this is what something with X amount of surface area, or this is something with Y amount of surface.
How did you jump in after me and get out before
Oh,
me? So annoying.
I got dolphins graced. Like if you are close to a dolphin, they can give you a buff that lets you swim fast.
And that's permanent?
No, temporary.
Okay. When were you close to a dolphin?
There's dolphins all around us in the.
Why have I not seen any of them?
They question why. I'm not sure. They are. There is a dolphin like right below us.
Okay. Oh, do you know that there are dolphins in the river where I'm at?
In Australia.
Yeah.
Wow.
They actually swim into the Swan River sometimes.
Good.
It's very cool.
Uh, uh, are they like on the rise? Are they on the decline? I know that like human like the presence of people is bad for dolphins. Then again,
Yeah,
we're bad for most wild animals. I don't know. I don't know why dolphins are like an exception.
any kind of exception, right? No, no, they I mean I think they're a stable population as I understand it, but I have noticed that when there's a lot of human activity, like when the boats are out and the um or like people are jet skiing, then I definitely
Hmm.
don't see them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dolphins would definitely be smart enough to avoid.
Okay. So I'm supposed to walk this space and get a sense of
Just get a sense of it in like a 3D space. See how it feels.
we're still okay.
Sorry, I'm just using a using an online guide.
No, that's I mean I mean if someone else has already done the math, right? And it's I mean it's really cool to even then. I was watching um the videos that you sent me to decide on the Magma farm, right? And um yeah, I realized like you don't think about it if you don't play very much. How precise and how
Oh yeah.
well
Some people have
planned
made
like
Minecraft their like whole job, and it's amazing seeing them. Wait, sorry, you were saying you like the
yeah, no, just that. And then I was having flashbacks to like when um when you were a lot younger and I would come into the room and you would have like this like entire like worksheets of like computations and I didn't understand what it was at the time, right?
I'm gonna be real with you. That has
Mm.
not changed about me at all. As soon as I build a new farm, like when this magma farm is done being built, the first thing I
Mhm.
will do when I'm not recording is I'll hop on and then I'll look at the time and I'll be like, okay, the time is 14:10, and I'll write that down and I'll write amount of magma and then I'll wait for like precisely an hour. I'll set a stopwatch for an hour, and then I'll just do stuff in the background. I'll clean my room. I'll come back, and then as soon as the stopwatch is done, I will record the amount. And then if I've really got nothing to do, like okay, so when I'm like, you know how my school has like peaks and valleys in terms of oh, I bought you a game called Peak on. It is
I saw that. I thought it might be spam. Tell
no,
me.
it's a really goofy mountain climbing game. It is so fun. I played the first hour and I was like, oh my god, you
Okay.
and you and Uncle Ben love this game. It's
Oh, okay. I'm so excited.
it's it's just like a silly little mountain climbing game, and it's so fun. But anyways,
Okay.
there's like yeah. So my schooling has peaks and valleys, and if I had like a lot of time on my hands, what I'd do is I would just like spend 7 hours like recording results, and then I'd get an average for how much of X amount of resource the farm produced every like hour or so. And then if I have a big project, I'll be like, okay, this is a big project. How many of these blocks do I need? And then I'll calculate how many hours I need to. And
Why
then
are you running
usually,
in circles
oh, just
around me?
just just to have something to do. And usually when that happens, my room is like the cleanest it's ever been because
Right, right.
because I'll just be like, well, I mean, I can do something else on my computer. It might affect the GPU, which means it'll affect the speed at which the game is rendered. Or well, no, if I do a lot of like intensive stuff on my computer, it might affect the game's in-game tick speed. So I will just like do stuff in real life. I'll be like, huh, might as well clean my room. And I'll like go dust everything. I'll put up like new Glade air fresheners. I'll like sort my books out, clean my table,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, that's. I've also taken to doing that with Albion actually. So me and Caleb are we're playing Albion online,
Uh-huh.
and one of the things you can do is you can buy an island for your guild, which
Right.
costs 5 million silver, which is actually not that bad. Like, okay, so the calculation I use is 50 million silver will buy
Mm-hmm.
you premium, or 14 US dollars will buy you premium. So that's the
Okay.
calculation. But there's some people like me are very like given to the idea of we take pride in being free to play. It's a thing of
Okay.
pride that we have never spent money to get premium, never gotten like any of the like premium rewards. It's a thing of
Okay.
pride. So I have been just
But sorry, but Minecraft, you paid for the server. The difference is.
okay. So I pay for the realm, and
Mhm.
we can just use it whenever we want. That's
Oh, okay. So you would pay for a game, but you wouldn't pay for shortcuts within the game.
yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I we just I put like I basically do that when I'm farming for like hide, because sometimes you get rare drops from animals, which is where like if you kill an animal, you get its baby, and like the baby sells for like 80,000 silver.
Uh-huh.
So what I do in that situation is like I'll record the amount of silver I've earned, and then I'll try and calculate an average. Like this is how much I will get if I do this while in a tier 5 zone, in a tier 6 zone, and then like here's how much I would get if I do this in a red zone where people can PvP me. And yeah, I've still kept that trend. Or I've still kept that like I still apply the scientific method to how I'm playing video games to see if I can maximize my effort. If that makes any sense. So
I hear you. I hear you.
the outer circumference of this is 35 blocks. This is
Mm-hmm.
30 blocks. So it's, well, I mean, it's 2 blocks in. Well, it should actually be 31, but okay, then this, sorry, no, this is, okay, this is 35, this is
Mm-hmm.
31, this is 25. Wait, no, my bad. This is 35, this is 30, this is 25, this is 20. And you can sort of like
Gotcha.
stand here and imagine that the whole cliff face was made up of blocks that are roughly, or made up of sections that are roughly this size, or roughly
Mm-hmm.
this size. It's a little hard. It's a little hard, but just imagine like these are separate blocks. All of the
Yeah, I know.
then you can
Mm,
like
so I feel like building the smaller ones. So I'm thinking about it as practically as I can. Building the smaller ones would probably be easier to keep track of, but actually it would require more material, wouldn't it?
yes, it would. I was actually gonna say it's the coastline paradox.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
measure the coastline with a ruler that's like a mile long, like if you measured Singapore, you'd be like, oh, Singapore has like 500 miles. As like as I'm completely bullshitting. It's got like a 500 mile circumference, and then you use a ruler that's a meter long, and then you measure like every like single bit of the sandbank. You'd be like, actually, Singapore is like 580, and then you measure with like a cm ruler, and it's like, well, actually, it's 685 miles long. And then you take like a ruler that's like a plank length long, and then you measure and measure and measure, and you realize actually Singapore has an infinite circumference, and that's one of the big paradoxes that mathematicians are still struggling with. It's
So
it's that a body can have a finite surface area, but a theoretically infinite circumference, and
that is
people have spent
fascinating.
their lives arguing about this. Like they've spent their lives making research papers arguing about it. I have no room to mock them. I'm gonna be a social scientist. I really don't have room to mock people doing an actual science, but it's really funny to me that there's beef within the math community of this scale. But yeah, this the I think the smaller ones would end up costing more because of the circumference. But don't let the cost stand in the way of the aesthetic. Because if it becomes like an amount of resource that's untenable for me to gather by hand, I can just set up a farm for most.
I know, but I'm
There's actually a
also think,
there's actually a guy named Raiseworks, and he's set up a way to farm basically everything in Mine. There's only a few
wow.
things in the game that can't be farmed, like a calcite, which you're gonna laugh at this. It's one of the most beautiful building blocks. It's like it's like pristine marble, right? When I read Wheel of Time, and I hear about the White Tower in Tarvalon, or I hear them talk about how Ebu Da is like all of the insides of the buildings are colorful, but the outside of the city is gleaming white.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I just think about how I build it in Minecraft, and I'm like, oh my god, that is so much calc.
Right. Okay.
It's this beautiful, like
Um.
pure white, slightly gradiented gray rock, and I'll show you some of it eventually when we find a geode. But I have not found a geode yet, and there's no way to
Okay.
farm it.
And you that's one of the things that just can't be farmed.
It's one of the things that can't be farmed. And I will tell you, if you're like, hey, let's build an entire city out of calcite, I'll be like, uh,
No.
mom, based on like projected rates, even if I build a bunch of machines that blow up the whole overworld, uh, it's going to take me like 11 years to get this much calcite. It's that, or
Okay.
we can install a data pack where it's like you can craft like eight diorite and a gold into a gold block into calcite or something like that. It's We could install a data pack, but if we're talking like pure vanilla gameplay, there are only a few blocks that can't be farmed actually. Everything else pretty much farmable.
Okay. I mean, I think there's some integrity to the idea of like only what do we like not paying to play. Like
Yeah.
paying for the server is different, but yeah, paying to shortcut maybe is different. So okay, I think that what is the height of the cliff? I want to know
How many? Okay, give
how
me a
many.
second.
Mm,
The block we're standing on is Y62. I'm going to tell you how tall the cliff is in like 3 minutes. But these vines are slow.
I was just gonna ask, how are you flying? You're riding the vines.
Out of vines. Okay, give me a moment. So there is not going to be a single like average like I
Yes, I know, but I mean, no, just go to the one top point and just I'm trying to figure out if we choose like one of the middle hexagons, how many times it will repeat itself.
there will be I don't think it'll repeat itself like I'm not building them sideways. I'm just think about that hexagon, and I will just extrude it upwards.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, then I think I like,
okay, yeah,
sorry,
I see the mistake. I see the mistake. Anyways, I am currently standing on 118.
118. Okay. Oh, but yeah, I mean, if that's the case, no, because I was under the impression this was to guide the gradient of the facade. So
Oh,
that's my
yes. Okay, no, no, no.
misunderstanding.
To guide the gradient of the facade, I was thinking of like height wise, we can build we can take those and just extrude them like upwards, make them like a long hexagon. But
Hmm.
I while building upwards, I was going to use gradient. So like at the bottom, let's say the number is divisible by 8,
Mm-hmm.
56. The cliff should be 56 blocks tall here. And then what we can
Hmm.
do is for the parts where the cliff is 56 blocks tall, I will use like a 9 block gradient. Wait, no. 6 doesn't divide by 9. 54 does, but anyways, I use a gradient that's like, okay, for example, black concrete to uh, black concrete powder to black stone to, and this is me just entirely spitballing. There are online
Yeah.
gradient generators that'll let you generate a very nice, like almost color corrected gradient,
Right.
proper, and then I'll do cobble. I'll do cobble with lichen. Then I'll do dye diorite, polished diorite. But and then I can't do calcite because that shit's expensive. And I'll do and I'll do white funk. Then I'll do white, and then like that, for example, would be the gradient. Like, I'd go black concrete, and there's no indicator that that will be the final gradient, but that is like a
I know, but it's an
viable.
example of how it might look. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a example. So you don't know what most of those blocks look like because those are like they're not blocks you find in the regular course of the game. Some of them are actually
Okay.
a real pain in the ass to get a hand. But actually, no. Some of them are a pain in the ass to get your hands on, but you can farm them, or you can farm all the things that make.
Okay. I mean, I'd be very interested to be part of that process too. Ah, I can see you falling off the cliff. That was you, right?
Yep,
Not
that was
some
me.
random attacker.
If there's a
Okay.
random attacker running around our world in like a half diamond, half iron, we might be boned. Because zombies can hit harder than we can, and they can pick up swords, which is very unfun.
Yes, I remember this. Those asshole zombies. Okay. I think you know how I like space. I think I would like this one, the one I'm standing on.
So the 30 base
This is 30, right? Yeah.
base. Okay, great. So let me just write that down somewhere. I still keep a bunch of books open. Just like here's always good for like handy note keeping. Second,
Okay.
and
Then,
then while I'm off camera, I can work on a gradient. I can like find, actually, you know what? Hold on. There's just an app called Minecraft gradient generator, and I can send that to you, and you can play around with a bunch of other. But yeah,
okay,
that's that was mainly it.
cool.
I can actually we can actually start work on the resource gathering for the farm. That would.
Okay,
Hey,
I would love that. Oops.
a few things we're a little bit short on, namely wood. The way I've dealt with that is I've converted our farm into a bamboo farm, and that should get us a little bit more resource, but it should get us a little bit more wood. But
Okay.
it's kind of a grueling craft. So what happens is wait for the bamboo farm to grow. You wait for it to break the bamboo.
Mm-hmm.
Then take 9 pieces of bamboo and put them in a crafting table together to create a
Mm-hmm.
block of bamboo,
Mm-hmm.
and then to get bamboo planks or to get usable wood out of the bamboo. So to put the block of bamboo into here, and instead of like a regular piece of wood where you put it in and you get 4 planks, it only gives you 2. So kind of
Wow.
kind of
That's time intensive.
time intensive. And then for all of that, we have gotten enough chests that we can probably store all the items we plan to use for the farm. So I
Okay.
believe. Let me. Oh,
Before before we go about the resource gathering, can I take a 60-second break?
Yes, please.
Okay, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back.
So I tried something and did not work. So what I tried to
I
do was
I am back. What did I miss?
nothing
What
much.
do you
I
try?
just tried to enchant a hoe, and what I wanted was silk touch, so that
Okay.
I could use the hoe and just mine leaf blocks, leaves straight from that. But
Right.
that does not work. So I am going to need to hand you 3 years and request that you go grab. So actually, or another alternative is instead of I grab the I grab the leaves while you
Mhm.
handle the in-house crafting. So
Okay.
you have the resource list right from the guy's video that you need to make.
Yes.
Okay, great. So you just need to prepare like 181 uh of those blocks.
But you need to tell me. I'll check in at each block. Uh, what the crafting combination is.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
yeah. So some of them should be like for the. Oh wait, sorry. I need the 3 shears I gave.
Okay. Let me get back to the game. I was just loading up the guys. Okay. I am flinging shears at my child.
You take those
Ah.
and 400 something,
Ah. Aha.
and then with the
You're not
400
supposed to throw sharp objects.
leaves, we should be able to do spawn proofing. And I've explained the whole boring like this is how pack spawning works.
Um,
It's
is it the when we were talking about? Was it as in when?
it was we were talking about the some of the mechanics in the game, and for example, one of them is pack spawning, where you basically put a skirt on your mob farm, so that
Yes.
like the game thinks there's more room, but there are fewer spawnable surfaces, so it just
Mm-hmm.
forces all of the spawns to happen within the farm. That's the
Yes. And then that's how. That's is that what we did for the?
Wither skeleton farm in season 1, I think.
I think maybe yes, because you needed. What did we need from the wither?
We needed well, okay, so we needed a bunch of wither roses, which are these flower that like poisons anything that's not
Yes.
undead. So we did that to
Right.
create the ideal spawning platform, and then what we did was we put like a regular skirt on the so that forced all the spawns to push towards the middle.
I remember. I have a question. You recognize them on site, but I don't know what I'm meant to be crafting.
Oh, uh, well,
Maybe give me one
uh,
set of items and I'll do that.
okay. You, go down to where the spider farm area is. There's the chest that
Okay.
has all of our waxed copper, or our copper, cut copper, our oxidized cut copper, the green block that we are planning on using,
Okay.
and then take that out and just craft 912 slabs. So that 912, 912
Gotcha.
divided by 2 is 456. You should just take about 456 blocks and convert them all into slabs.
Okay. I can do that without dying, I think. One assumes I can find our spider farm. I think I can.
Base is pretty safe. Should be able, God willing. Off camera, what I'll do is I'll probably lay out some of the hexagons and possibly try and find a good location. Because like these farms, they work better if they're in specific biomes.
Yeah, I remember that as well, I think.
I think a Sultan Valley is, well, actually Basalt Delta is probably the best. What am I talking? Well, okay. There's pros and cons to every biome, like depending on the spawning tables. I would personally build this in a basalt. That's where the most magma cream, or the magma cube. They drop magma cream. They are magma cube.
Yes, magma cubes drop magma cream. Oh, I learned that from the homework you gave me. I'm so pleased with myself. Could you maybe tell me how to make a slab out of
Oh,
oxidized cut copper?
so what you can do is you can either go into a crafting table and you can put 3 of them in, if like numpad order, you can put them in 1, 2, and 3. Just
Okay.
3 in a line next to each other, or you can put them into the stone cutter, because copper is technically a stone, I guess. God help it. God help me if I know, but
You mean really? I can put them into the stone cutter as well? Okay, I
yeah,
was at the crafting table, and I will try that. But so if I do this and I put it in the stone cutter, oh my God, yeah, it just offers me immediately. So I want oxidized cut copper slabs, yeah?
yeah,
And all of them. Like just
yep.
okay, I can do this. Oh, son, I am making contribution. I should not be this pleased about
No, no, you're
that.
perfectly entitled to be.
Mm. You're back already. Did you get all that grass so fast?
Yeah. Actually, leaves mine really. And one of the things you can instant mine,
Okay.
that and like netherrack if you got a cool, but like a, well, actually even like stone can be instant. Stone, terracotta, you can insta mine them if you have a really good tool, and beacon, which is pretty endgame, but we could definitely get beacon. They're not like restrictively difficult.
It's just that it takes a while before you can actually use them, as in they have any real utility?
Well, we could. Well, actually, we could. We probably have all the things we need to go get beacons now. It's just to get to fight the boss. You need to kill to get beacons. You've got to kill a shitload of wither skeletons, which I don't have a specialized tool for. And it's
Okay.
better if I have a smite sword, the skeleton hunter. Smite and looting. Smite does more damage to the undead. Looting increases loot drops. So it's like an 8% chance for every wither to get a
Okay.
wither skeleton. Then 3 of those will summon the wither, which moderately strong boss. It used to be like the strongest boss in the game. Now it's just moderately strong. You can kill it by dropping a stalactite on its head from really high up. It's like
Huh.
you can cheese it like so easily.
But does that mean the game's getting progressively harder? What is
Uh,
the...
well, it's some okay. In some instances, it's getting easier because they gave us weapons like the mace, which is a weapon that deals more damage the higher you fall onto a target from. Which means that you can use elytra, the flight mechanic in this game, to
Oh,
basically drop on something from orbit.
okay.
Like you can fall on something like okay. So for a while we had a before the before a convention that stated that no nation can weaponize space. The U.S. was entertaining an idea of creating a weapon called the rods from God, which are effectively these giant tungsten cylinders that you would drop from a satellite in orbit onto a person you didn't like. And just the pure kinetic energy that something like that would build up falling from low orbit onto someone would be like a nuclear bomb with none of the contaminants. So if you read between the lines and you realize that the US is kind of like a not really the heroes in most instances, kind of like kind of like the villains, you realize like
Can be a
okay,
little bit douchey.
I was gonna say it's like the perfect weapon with which to take over a country that has resources you don't want contaminated. If you're running out of water and you don't want to poison the water supply by dropping a nuclear bomb,
Mm,
you can drop
mhm.
kinetic energy on them. You can drop more kinetic energy than like an atomic bomb holds,
Right.
and you can target it like it's more targeted than the explosion, and there's no cross contaminants. There's no infecting like standing water or groundwater. It's
Hmm.
it's lethal, and thank God the thank God for the statements that. No, actually, here's the thing. This item, these kinetic bombardment arrays are
Mm,
actually not covered by the treaty that they because it's not a chemical weapon, it's not an explosive weapon, and it's nothing. So none of the treaties that have been put in place will offer any protection against the use of a weapon like. But yeah, if you needed another reason to be cagey about the U.S., well, there's one more.
oh dear. Okay, I think I may have overdone this copper, oxidized cut copper slabs. What is my next thing?
How many to
Let-
make, and can you put them in one of the chests?
I put them back where I got the copper slabs from.
As long as
So,
you're above 900, I'm just gonna consolidate
yeah,
them
I
all
think I
into a single chair.
have a quick peek. I think I got about 1,000 plus, because 64. Yeah, I'm not still not familiar with the terminology when you say a stack is 64.
Stack six. Second 12 divided by 4 is 14. Okay, yeah, we needed a 14 stack. That is. Never mind. We'll find a use for the rest. Sorry.
Okay, then the next thing.
Like I'm putting. Okay, yeah, we just gotta find a handy build that will use 11 stacks of. Wait, no, actually, more than 14, 15. We just gotta find a build where we can use 10 stacks of oxidized cut copper.
Damn it, I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, actually, 9 stacks. It's not even that much. You could build a road out of them, and you'd have that covered. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just bring like a two more as excess? It's not that much. And the next thing is 77 dirt.
Where do I
Should
get dirt?
should just be in the shovelables. Well, there's scaffolding, but I can craft. Oh, damn! We actually don't have the dirt. That's surprising. Um, I guess we can just take our shovels and try and find a spot where actually
I'm ready to shovel.
wait a sec. I'm looking out of the. You know what? No, we do still kind of need those to oxidize more copper on. I'm gonna just grab the copper that we have, what copper has been smelted so far, and then I'm going to
Hmm.
start turning them into copper blocks. Ooh. Oh well, I guess sleep. Then I'm gonna put them down. We can. I was
Are
gonna
you
say
throwing
we.
things at me? You're throwing things at me
No,
instead.
I'm just getting XP. You are close enough that you some of the XP.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've used up a ton of dirt actually building these little hexagons, which is quite funny. We could cannibalize them if not for the fact that I still need to make uh more cut copper. Well, actually, we okay. So on paper we have enough. It's just if there are any things in the future that we want to build with cut copper, it'll be good to start weathering, oxidizing them now,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
And the reason I prefer having the copper in its oxidized state is because you can shave copper into like a earlier version. Like for example, oh actually, if you look over to where I am and you see
I'm
like a block
watching.
of copper that looks like this,
Mm-hmm.
you can just
Mm.
use one durability from an axe and shave it into a cleaner state. So
Oh,
I
but that's a lot, isn't it? I mean, to take away the durability.
uh not when you have an axe with like unbreaking 3 and which effectively has 4,680-ish durability and will heal its durability if you get any experience while using it. Pretty big actually.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that and then oh, so I just keep them. I just try and oxidize them,
Mm-hmm.
and if they need to be in a less oxidized state, I will just shave them. And if I want to keep them in a specific state that's not the end state, or well, yeah, that's not the end state.
Uh-huh.
I use honey and wax them to prevent the thing from oxidizing first.
Oh, so you let it get to sort of like an intermediate state and then you just
Yep,
oxidize. Sorry, then you wax it.
because being waxed with a beeswax will keep it in the state it's in when it's waxed. That's how
That
you
is
can
very cool.
build with stuff like this. And if you want to get like a rusty anchor, it's how you can build with stuff like this.
Mm.
So cool. Paste these down real quick because I will.
Rusty Anchor is definitely the name of my CD Sailor's bar. Just
Huh.
say.
I I
As,
I
yeah.
couldn't see you operating like a sailor's bar, but I might
No,
be.
I totes would not, but I would. But if I did, I would call it the Rusty Anchor.
You know what? Wheel of Time actually has a bunch of really good like bar and like F&B establishment names.
Yeah.
I think my favorite's got to be the Wandering Woman because it's kind of like it's kind of funny because Stella Anand is literally a
Yeah.
wandering woman, and
Yeah.
then oh god, there's it's Wheel of Time is like honestly gotta be top top one or top two fantasy of all time. I don't know if Aragon beats it because I read Aragon first, but like
Right.
the depth when like you're reading and when like oh and like the reread value like when you're reading book one. Oh, sorry.
Mm.
It's either like one or two, and you hear Verin telling Egwene about how like, hey, be careful studying Terangrial. We've had some of the most promising women the Tower's ever known have burned themselves out using Terangrial. And then you find
Mm-hmm.
out that Marita Jane of the Brown Aja was like her generation's Nynaeve. She was like the
Mm. Mm-hmm.
she was like the Aes Sedai, and then one day she just wakes up in her bedroom with no memory, and she's like, yeah, I think I did something with the Terangriel, and now I can't channel. And then because the White Tower is fucking terrible, all the women in there
Yes.
are just like, no, I really don't want a reminder of the fact that I could lose my ability to channel. why don't you just go die somewhere? And then they just like dump her on the side, and then later you hear like some of the sisters, they're talking about how one of the one of the things they've considered trying with women who can channel is because they need their life's purpose like restored, is like have them
Yeah,
have kids. And then you hear Satella Anand talk about how like yeah she would have died if not for being found by Jasper, her husband,
I
and
remember
then
this. Yeah.
how she had kids and didn't want to die anymore. And then I was like, oh my god, it's 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 so masterfully foreshadowed that like he foreshadowed events that were only going to come into play in like book 7 or 8, and he foreshadowed them
Yeah.
in book 2. That
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that
It's
and
brilliant.
the fact that like Verin was like a little bit sneaky, and then I was like, huh, it's kind of like a Chekhov's gun that she got uh this like thing that makes you fall asleep from the wise ones, and then she almost puts it in Cadswain's drink and presumably like
Mm.
kills her. Like she was so close to killing her until Cadswain was like, "But honestly, I just want the Dragon Reborn to survive until the last battle." And then she stops, and then she's like, "Oh, I guess I'm not gonna poison you to death." It's so good. It's the only thing I can compare it to is how One
Hmm.
Piece well like so One Piece has been being published for like 35 years, and there are some
Yeah.
events you can actually ask Uncle Edwin, because me, Uncle Edwin, Abdullah, now Elfie because he's caught up on the manga, and Ruben, we will just sit there and we'll just like discuss One Piece in the chapter reviews. Like every time a new One Piece chapter drops, we'll just like sit there in the Discord talking about how amazing the chapter was. We'll
Just
like
nerding out.
we'll full on fangirl about how good it is. And the reason it's amazing is because there are things now in the story, like okay,
Uh-huh.
for example, the Jaya arc, right? It was airing in 2001. It's currently 2025, and in
Oh gosh.
2023, we've had some plot developments that were relevant to the Jaya arc, which was happening in
Okay.
2002. And it's
Yeah,
like
it's wild, isn't it?
Oda has waited 23 or like 21 years to use some plot points. And there are others too, like the Gorosei, where you're introduced to these five old men who, even in flashbacks to like 50 or 60 years ago, they're not that much, or like 38 years ago, they're not that much different. And then you realize that the ruling caste of the world, the Celestial Dragons, they have this their leader can effectively make people immortal, but when he takes that immortality away, if you displease him, you become like a shriveled husk,
Right.
become like really gross.
Right.
And it's like the Gorosei, they were set up in like '04, and we've recently seen them join a battlefield. They
And you have to really wonder whether, like, I mean, you write and you write stuff that's a lot more epic than I do. But, like, even when I write, I would say a good half the time I don't actually know where my story is ending.
mhm.
So, how do these guys do it? Like,
I think what they have to do at that level is you work backward. Like for example, if in my books I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a it's gonna be like a confident fight against uh the goddess of death, who is now trying to unmake everyone. She's no longer like
mhm,
this kind, loving psychopomp who just like leads her children into the good night. She's like, yeah, the human race is a net negative. I can't fucking stand y'all. Uh,
mhm,
you die today, and then it's and then like no amount of reasoning can get through to her. They're like, hey,
right.
I know that I know that like death is your bread. I know that like human souls are like food to you. Well, think about it like this. If you eat us all now, you get a big meal and then no meal ever again. And then they effectively explain like macroeconomics. They're explaining like, but if you overfish now, you can have all the fish in the lake. But if you fish just enough to eat, you can you can survive for a longer time. And then
Yes.
the god
Sustainable living.
sustainable living. And then the goddess of death is like, why do you think I want to continue living? And then they're like, oh shit. And then she's like, yeah,
Hmm.
I've experienced the sum of like everything a human has experienced. I experience when they die. I have lived the sum of like billions of human lifespans. I and you people reproduce like cockroaches compared to us gods. He's like, I am going to blink my eyes, and you are going to have colonized 10,000 worlds, and you are going to number in the quadrillions and then like in the span of like an eye blink to me, in the span of like a cosmic eye blink, you are going to jump from quadrillions to quintillions, and there will come a point in time when like every like moment of my life, of my eternal never ending life, I will have to I will have to endure the sum of the entire human race's lived experiences. Like, okay, basically, her point is there will reach there will be a stage where every day the number of people that die and the number of like the amount of time she has to sit through, like the amount of lived experience will exceed the 200 billion people who have already lived and died. It's like the
Hmm.
number. It's a numbers game that can only be stacked against her. So like here
Right.
and now, this is the decisive
She wants
moment.
to end it all.
I need
Yeah,
to
but
I need to kill the human race.
but do you? I mean, when you
So
write, do you always know that
I think I
that's gonna? The working back. That's like, it's challenging to me.
I think I knew the ending. Like okay, so like
Mm-hmm.
first I was like okay, she's like her final form when
Mm.
she like stops fucking around is that she's going to enter a state called like the malevolent 10,000 armed bodhisattva, and it's like she's sitting on a pedestal made of hands, like like Guan Yin, except
Mm-hmm.
instead of a lotus
Mm-hmm.
platform, it's hands, and
Mm-hmm.
like 10,000 arms are going to reach out from her back, and she's going to like she's effectively going to start tearing apart mountain ranges and like tearing apart the fabric of reality uh because gods are all natural like gray mages. They can walk reality with stuff they do. And
Okay.
she's going to yeah, she is effectively just going to unmake existence, and you need to stop her. It's a race against time. And then I figured like, hey, I like Eastern religion's pretty cool. What if her what if her like form before that was like
Mm-hmm.
a well, this one's not Eastern. It's like a hecatoncheires, like a 100 armed giant. So she goes from being like a 1,000 armed bodhisattva to being a 100 armed giant. And then before that, there's this state that's like an ashra from Buddhism and Hinduism. I know that
Mm-hmm.
I know that it's kind of poignant if like a lot of people depict Kali as having 6 arms, but I think I think like the notion of like a 6 armed ashra is more fitting because they go from being like like it's low divinity, but it's like kind of a hassle for some gods to deal with, to a hecatoncheires, which 3 of them helped Zeus overthrow the Titans, and then she becomes like Guan Yin. She becomes like evil oneness.
Were they the precursors to the Cyclopes?
Uh, yes, they. I think the first attempt to make like something new was hecatoncheires, and then I'm
Okay.
not sure what the
I'm
next
trying to replace them in the lore.
in the mythos. Yeah, as
Yeah.
I'm they're pretty. They were they were super dangerous. They were way unfun to deal with.
Okay, wait. What are you doing? You're farming,
Just
or is it?
crafting, just crafting a
Is there anything
couple.
I can actually do? Or are you organizing?
Yeah, well, a little bit of organizing, a little bit of taking stuff, and I've realized that we don't have sweet berries. What I'm gonna need to do is
Yes.
I'm going to need to review the ground we've already covered, and I'm going to need to find a cold biome where I can grab sweet berries from, and then run back here because
But okay. No, I was gonna ask, can I come with you?
Totally.
Okay. I mean, it
But
doesn't have
oh
to
well,
happen
actually,
now.
here's
Or
the thing. It's going to take quite a while to. It's going to be a very long adventure to find. Well, actually, no. I could use like a. I could use like a coordinate, like a chunk mapping, but I think we may have already gone through a sweet berry biome. So what I would just do is I would end the stream. I'd find the location, and then we could go get the sweet berries.
okay, okay,
That or we that or we can save, or we can agree that we'll do the rest of the prep off camera, and then I can end stream and can gather the few remaining. It's actually not a lot. So the list says 77 dirt, 77 sweet berries, which I don't have,
mm-hmm.
77 bone meal, which I am going to need. Hold on. Nope, we don't have enough bone meal, but I can kill skeletons. A bone meal is rather easy to farm. Then after
Okay,
that we need 10 obsidian, which I not have. We can That can be found later. Then actually a bunch. Actually, let me use the bathroom.
okay.
Hello. I have just realized there is actually something I can do, even though the
Uh-huh.
even though my phone is doing this weird thing where it only shows stuff in really low resolutions. I
Hmm.
am going to look up the video by, and then I'm going to take a screenshot of the item list and send it to you.
I have the item list. I just
Oh,
I don't recognize them the way you do.
oh,
That's my problem. So there's like one thing that's like, so there's not that, right?
give me a
But
sec.
there's like
I'm
this
just
thing that's like 73 item, they need
73.
73 of this one thing. It looks like a ladder with
Oh,
metal sides instead
yes,
of.
that's a rail.
And then when I looked at the crafting table, like I opened the crafting book and it doesn't tell me how to make a rail. I thought maybe, I could
Oh,
try that.
for that you need
But
the items in your inventory. Just take a grab,
oh,
and you do unlock the more things you do, or the more things you've had in your inventory, the more of that stuff is unlocked. So, for example, if I give you 6 iron ingots, a bunch of sticks, and then you
uh-huh.
Oh, you've never picked up iron? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I mean, you do everything. I'm not complaining. So now if I look for rail it
Mm.
still doesn't show
If you click
in
on
the
it,
crafting guide.
there's two options. There's showing all and showing craftable. It's right next to the search bar. There's a showing all, showing craftable. If you click
Yeah?
showing all, it
Uh-huh.
should show you just everything that can be made. And if you click showing craftable, it can show the things you can make with the stuff in your inventory. If it doesn't show up, then what you will need to do is just put the 6 iron ingots on each side of the crafting table. So like uh, left hand side you do top, middle, bottom, and then right hand side you do top, middle, bottom, and then it goes right in the middle. That should
Yeah, but the guide doesn't tell me this. So if I were to
ah
like how would I
I
ever know this?
good
And don't say
question.
if you know, you know. I'll be so annoyed.
The expectation I guess is that people would read the wiki. Like
Oh,
I'm
really? Okay.
pretty sure that's what people are expected. I don't you don't need the wiki.
I know. I have a human wiki.
Oh,
He's
okay.
called you. Hold on. I just want a moment of triumph. Ta-da!
Great. It's 6, which is
A fraction of
7.
what we need. We need 73.
So I need
Iron. Oh,
3.
but now I know if that's what I know needs to be done, I can look for the iron. And
The 4 iron that we need. And so the iron may not exist in ingot form, but it may exist in block form, which is what I'm holding. These are
mm,
striated blocks that are really nice for building, but also and you can put those in your crafting grid. They will produce ingots and chuck them out. That should, in theory, oh, it
do
should,
I
yeah.
make more rails or do you want the?
Throw the iron back. I can. Oh, actually, you know what? You should make more. 6. Wait, hold on. Okay, no. And you should have the sticks. Just make a bunch more rails. That should get us to enough.
Hmm.
And then what we need next is 9 pieces of glass. I think I didn't not have the glass readily available. If I have any trade goods that I can take to them. Because there's two ways to get glass. You can dig up sand and then you can smelt it into glass, which entails you destroying like a significant portion of the environment, or you can renewably trade it from villagers,
Okay.
which is
Preferable?
preferable,
Hmm.
or at the very least, it's more sustainable. You know what? Don't worry about it. I won't go to the village. Just grab the glass that's readily accessible.
Okay. Just now I need to fling railings. Where are we storing?
There is
Oh
a
shit, I overdid it,
how much?
son. I'm
What?
sorry. I made 64 plus 16, but we already made 6 just now. We only need
Yeah, yeah.
73.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay,
You
where are
had
we storing?
in here. Wait, you had more iron in your. I did not know you had more iron in here. Oops.
You gave it to me.
I gave you the 4 stacks, so that should have been enough to make another 64. In addition to the 16 that was in there, it should. That's okay. Rails are something we'll always use. Don't worry.
Okay, well, and I still have a bit of iron ingots, 3 iron ingots left, and a stick. So what do you want me to do with them?
Those you can just dump in a random chest. I really do need to sort the chests out eventually.
Okay.
That day is not today. For how many? Okay, they just need 6 powered rails. Panes, crafting the powered rails and the glass panes.
Oh, I have raw iron. I had raw iron. I didn't realize
Oh,
a bunch of
melt
it too.
melt that like straight down into. Well, if you have iron in the ore form, like if it's in blocks, that's
Mm-hmm.
handy to save, and then you can break it down into raw iron, easier.
Mm, as in, does the raw iron need to be smelted?
Yeah, you
No.
smelt the raw iron to make iron ingot, but it's also easier to store them in the form. Well, okay, it's easy. It's equally easy to store the raw iron in the once they're smelted. Just a matter of would you rather have them stored in like a would you rather have them stored in the form of like iron blocks or these blocks of raw ingots, blocks of raw iron? They kind of look like beads, honestly.
Yeah, they do, or teeth, molars.
Ugh.
Um, no, okay, my question though is there any use case for holding on to the
Only as a decorational item. If you want it to like, if you want to like build like a mine shaft or something, and you want to have a bunch of raw iron just sitting around, that's what you need. You put it in the
Okay.
blast furnace, it should go twice as quick.
Am I at the furnace or the blast? Am I at the right place?
Blast furnace. If you right click on it, it'll show you its item name. The furnace says furnace. The blast furnace. Smoker should say smoke. Should say right
Okay.
at the top of the.
So the two of them, the two on the right above the bits are not
Oh,
are not blast furnaces. They all say
uh,
furnace.
no. One says furnace. One says blast furnace. One says. You right click. If you right click on the one at the top, it says smoker. Right click the one on the bottom row, it says blast furnace.
Okay, I gotcha.
Is worth noting because sometimes you can like change the names of these items by anything that has like an interface. If you say pick it up, if you pick up the furnace and you put it in an anvil, right, and then you change its name to like I don't know Timothy, and then
Okay,
you take out a furnace named Timothy and you put it there. When you right click on it, it says Timothy at the top of the.
I can see that. Oh my God, that's
So what
hilarious.
you can do is you can like if you have a bunch of furnaces that are like and you're too lazy to have a sorting system, you can name them like stone one, stone two, ores, and then you can only if you only put ores in the furnace that says ores, it will get pulled out the bottom and put in a chest that only has ores. Like it's good for your
Oh, that's wild.
it's good for your individual like keeping keeping things in. I guess it's not like it's an inbuilt sorting mechanic. It's more for your personal like I wanna keep things organized. To
Uh-huh.
know useful to know all the same.
Yeah, so interesting.
Okay. Need six chests. Chests. So need three. And honestly, like all of this crafting stuff becomes it's stuff you become used to as time goes by. It's you don't need to worry about being slow when start out because you'll get the hang of it eventually.
Okay. You see, yeah, well, I'm not worried, I guess, because you're right. I am slow.
Everyone starts out a little. I did not I was not this fast when I
Well, you were probably also about 10, so
oh no 13
7? No,
13 14
13? Okay.
because I you can check when a Mojang account was
Okay.
I got it. I think I got like a. I'm not sure if I got a 10-year cape or something.
What is that? Like, as in like an anniversary thing?
Yeah, they add it to your skin and
Oh,
put a little cape around.
oh, that's so funny.
Oh my god, it's called a comparator. This is the thing I was thinking about. The three headed red. That's so
Wait,
annoying.
where are you?
So annoying when you
I-
forget the name.
ha-
The redstone
How did you manage to? How did you manage to build it if you
because
didn't,
I remember the crafting recipe
without remembering its name?
without remembering its name.
You weirdo.
Oh shit! Then there's one thing I don't know the crafting recipe for off the top of my head. Uh, God alone knows how to make a auto crafter. Ah, huh.
Don't mind me. I'm just hanging out here. We have even more rail. Oh no, you're console.
I consolidated all.
A chest on the other side. And that's the chest I dumped things in.
A few things I don't know how to make off the top of my head. One of them's an auto crafter because that's a pretty new addition. God alone knows.
Uh-huh.
Give me a moment. I Google auto. Uh, 5 iron, a crafting table, and a dropper. Okay, yeah, that explains why I had no earthly idea how to make one. Because who has a dropper in the ah like a crafter, and this is a pretty neat thing. It effectively crafts automatically. So, say for example, I wanted to craft oak buttons. For some reason,
Uh-huh.
I can put I can put like I can put the crafting recipe into here, and then when it fills up with X amount of it'll make one thing. So for example, if I put a
Oh,
beaver up here, I can click it and it will craft an oak button.
and that's because the setup that we're building turns
Auto
the magma into magma cream.
That turns the magma cream into magma blocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, super cool. And I figure like if we build this farm, we're gonna just hit the threshold of how much magma we need for the farm pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
At which point we're gonna have to find something to do with the magma. So like for shits and giggles, we can make a big volcano. Or
That'd be
I,
really.
I actually have no idea what to do if not. Oh well, actually no. Magma is pretty useful in farms. It's useful for killing things that can take fire damage. Not that not that bad. Pretty useful. And the last thing I'm going to need like a pumpkin. So this is the pumpkin in its organic state. If you take shears, you use the shears
Mhm.
to right click it. You can carve a face in.
Yeah, the jack-o'-lantern, right?
Yep,
We did that when we made Bob and
we did.
Steve.
We did. Rest in
Hmm,
peace to them.
rest in peace. Is that server
Well,
still
actually,
around? No.
I have the world file. Bob is still alive. He's still in the house. He's safe. And every time an Enderman teleports in, he the crap out of it. Steve, we still have the snow that made Steve, so I could make another. But yeah,
I want
it's
I wanna be able to go back and visit. Can I? Is there any way it can, or
absolutely
is it just an
we can.
archived file?
I tell you what, I can. Okay, we filled up the prep. What I can do is I can
Okay.
just change the world. So give me a second. I'm going to go configure realm, and then we're going to switch from modern Mumcraft to old Mumcraft, and you might get booted from the
So
game.
funny. I
Or
did.
and then as soon as the world switch is complete, we should be able to hop back in and visit the old. Ah, should update eventually. Okay, it may take a little while to update.
Okay. Ah, this is so ridiculous. It's so wild.
It is
Um,
pretty crazy. Once 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 the old world is updated, I might be in a different because I was Okay, basically, right? In the old world, we had a bunch of plans going. The first plan was to
Yeah,
make a like an archipelago of like sky islands that
for
sort of
the zoo, right?
for the all mob zoo form like a helix going up, kind of like the middle
Mm-hmm.
of a Chinatown point, I think. And the other
Yes.
ones make like a big tree. So I actually have I actually built a tree farm, and I never got to show it to you because Mumcraft kind of stopped. So let me just run back to where you are. You can log into the world by now.
Okay. I am trying to do so now. My computer's a bit slow. I think I also need update, upgrade. Um,
And we got all stuff. Has a lot of spruce wood.
that's so cool, no?
Yeah, we do have a lot of stuff. Well, we have a lot of stuff in this in old Mumcraft. But I mean, they did change a bunch of things about. Ah, I remember this. Our nether spawn is the ways from Wheel of Time,
I
which is
remember that too. Oh my god, I was so terrified.
yeah. Okay, if we do this again, I'll put safety rail. Don't worry. So you can just I think you can just hop back into the world. He should be back. I haven't changed the place about too much.
Let's see. Hey, the other one says server region Singapore.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I'm not sure why. But oh, and now with the navigate function, I can find my way back to you.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. There are cobwebs. Is that what happens when you?
I might have just put those there for shits and giggles, actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ah, okay. So we have the new and improved change log, which is the log where I would put down the list of all the things that happened while off camera. There's
Yeah.
the change log is where I put all the wither skeleton skulls that I obtained. Then next to it, there's the I found the snout template, saving it for an episode of Mumcraft. Then there's built a sugarcane farm that turned into a bamboo farm, which is filled with sugarcane. Leather for item frames, made a hog farm with leather and pork, and then I made a hoglin farm that gave pork chops. Went exploring, found flower forest, frozen peaks, trial chambers, and villager. Oh, man. Did I ever show you the trial chamber?
No, I don't
Oh,
think so.
oh wow, that's we've you've missed a well. I've played on this world a lot actually.
It's so cool. Oh man, I miss this old house. Okay, we should definitely consider occasionally revisiting.
Yes, definitely. So there's the house. There's the ooh. I remember making this like mum proof like falling chamber in the middle
Uh-huh.
with these like elevators that go to like second floor, third floor, fourth floor.
Because I couldn't do anything without falling over.
I nobody's perfect, right? And there's oh shit, there's the quest board which is find desert and two camels, axolotl breeding, cold hot biome frogs, tropical fish, glass, a bunch of things that we've done. Uh, wow,
Oh my god, it's gorgeous out there.
yeah, it is. It is. I've flattened out a huge amount of land. We built an enormous wheat farm. I have no idea why I built a wheat farm that big.
Because we had to feed the animals?
Uh, maybe that no. Actually, I remember what happened. We built a I built a regular sized wheat farm, and
And
then
oh,
and then I was like, is this enough wheat? And then Ruben's like, nah, make it bigger. And then I made it bigger by like 4 tiles. And basically, like one of those tiles, like every one of those pumpkins is a 9 by 9 area. And each of those is definitely sufficient to feed a single person. Especially if you have cows to feed and then you take their beef and convert it. So I made 1, 2, 3, 12, 14, 14 times 3. I made 42 times what an average person, which is crazy. Then there's an enderpearl stasis chamber. There's a bunch of flattened out areas. That bamboo farm that is there's a converter that turns blocks into mud. That's pretty cool.
There's that place over there that looks like sakura trees. It's sakura, is
Oh,
it?
yep, those are cherry blossoms. One of the
Oh,
things that were
beautiful.
added a little while before you stopped playing, I think, but we didn't get any. And then I found some while off camera, and I was like, oh, might as well plant them so that I have something to show mom. Then
Oh, it's damn cool.
after
There's?
that there's a whole bunch of stuff. I think you've seen the storage area, right? That's inside the mountainside.
Uh-huh.
I made a 3x3 piston door with H. That was fun,
I
but
remember
it's
that. You showed me, right?
yeah. And actually, wait, I did do a little more stuff with the storage area. If you want, you can pop down and we can go look at the place.
Oh, I'd love to. Just wait a sec.
A hole
I
in the
need to.
middle.
I need to remember where I'm going. Yes, here. Is that correct? Bubble lifts. Nope.
The drop
Nope.
down the middle.
Down the middle. Still cracks me up. Yes, let's go look at the old storage area. That's so fun. Where are you? Wait, the tracker. Hmm.
Up front on the tracker. Oh, whole bunch of stuff was done. I got my hands on something called wind charges. A thing that were added to the game a little while after the end of the craft season.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I am
it's a
disoriented.
little bit of a labyrinth. You can just right this way. Oh shit! Actually, the one thing that we haven't done is the base update maps,
Right.
where we start with
Oh
like
my god, that was very
this is
cool.
this is the skeleton with the quarry we would. This is the updated quarry that now has lights and looks. Oh my god! It's a slime farm. I just realized. Then there's the that island circumference. Then we made it even larger and planned out more land. What it looks like when the birch tree's all there. Man, man, we've done a lot of work on here.
It's quite magnificent. And this one is like, I didn't contribute at all.
Not that bad.
As in, I followed you around, but
I mean,
you
you were
know.
here for the ride. Yes. So we've got a new item, wind charge. Throw them. Oh, opens doors. I forgot they did that. Basically, it's a you can throw it at someone's feet, and oh Jesus! Oh,
Where am I? Why am I up
you're
here?
a little bit above. No way for me to. There's no way for me to jump up. So the wind charge is something that like blows doors open, and if you want, you can try
Uh-huh.
throwing them at my feet. It should launch me. Right click, launches like a ball. Yep. And then if you can get it like right underneath someone's feet, you can propel them moderately high. Yep, there you go. And
That's hilarious.
so this is the change log where all the stuff that I've done off camera. I got a bunch of wither skeleton skulls. These are the things that we need to fight the boss. It's like
Uh-huh.
each of these is like an 8% chance drop from a kind of strong mob. So
Okay.
I have hundreds of them sitting there because I've used the mob farm a lot.
Right.
And next to it, there's where I located several bastions. I found an armor trim that I
Mm.
was gonna show off during Mumcraft,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I got pretty overzealous and did a lot of things off camera. I think in this Mumcraft, I'm just gonna do all the like boring, grindy stuff off camera and save all the interesting stuff for on.
I think you were also trying to like share like the extent of what could be done, which
Sugarcane farm. I've got a bunch of cooked pork from because we were lacking leather, so I built a farm specifically for hoglin. There's a bunch of cooked pork and leather. Then in this chest, there's a bunch of stuff from Trial Chamber, which is basically it's a new type of dungeon. They upgraded the type of
as in the nether?
No, the trial chambers are actually in the overworld. You can find them with a map called a Trial Explorer map, and it will just lead you to the to the uh, to the dungeon. And I found
Okay.
one, and it's filled with a bunch of cool other stuff that I think you can craft outside of it, but I was too lazy to do. For example, uh, chiseled tough bricks. These are, or sorry, yeah, chiseled tough bricks are a type of building block that are pretty cool for making like big columns or like walls. Then there's a waxed oxidized copper bulb, and this thing is cool because if I just have a source of redstone somewhere, I don't have any source of redstone. Let me go grab like a leaf or something. And the reason I think those blocks in particular. Damn it! Do I really not have a? Do I really not have cobblestone anywhere? Never mind. I'll settle for a redstone torch.
I have cobblestone.
Oh, too late. But basically, these blocks have the cool gimmick of being good for atmospheric lighting because you can activate them and they light
Wow.
up. And the more oxidized they are, the more dull the glow. So if you shave them, you actually can't see because it's daytime. But this is a lot brighter than, for example, this emits a much
Mm,
higher light level than this. So if you want to do really atmospheric lighting for your maps, you can let them wax to a specific. You can let them oxidize to a specific state, and then wax them so they're stuck there. But yeah,
that's crazy, isn't it?
then there's the Enderpearl stasis chamber. I remember you never really getting the hang of this. The
Never, ever.
and there are a few other things I did. I guess the main one I want to show you is the sorting or the item storage system, and then after that the village that I sort of kind of colonized the crap out of, and I turned it into an industrial district.
Oh no.
So basically, we got the 3x3 piston door, which is something I can still do on the regular Mumcraft. You just need to
Mm-hmm,
flip the lever and it opens,
mm-hmm.
and then you run inside and you can close it from the. If uh if there's a disjunct between like whether it's open or closed, it'll sometimes cause problems. But
Right.
anyways, here's a bunch of items that I have, including end rods. These are a real pain in the ass to gather.
Wow.
And yeah, so
What
this
this is?
uh, it's a product of like going to the end, getting chorus fruits, taking the chorus fruits, cooking them, and then combining them with a blaze rod. So you need two dimensions and two farms to make it reliable. Super annoying, but
Okay.
also useful for a technique called void floors. And there used to be a point in time when all of the items here were just like every block surrounded by this birch outline was chests, and I have done a lot of work to gather and sort everything.
Mm-hmm.
Been crazy. So there's the main storage area, which is like the first of two storage decks I intended to do. Actually, we are currently experiencing a beacon effect. So if you
What's
see
that?
something at the top right hand corner of your screen, that's
Yes.
that's haste. It means you mine fractionally faster.
Right.
The little niche here for where your armors could go. Oh, sorry, no. This is the niche for your armor. That's the niche for. Because I put lapis or I put blue inlay on all. Put purple.
Right. Yeah.
Then we had multiple storage rooms. So this storage room was what I was going to use for. I don't really remember what. I might have just built this room for the. It's
I feel like that was the case.
if you look down, you can see that it's like, oh wait, no, it's amethyst. I built it for you. I built this room so that you could
Uh-huh.
like line the walls with storage shelves, and then you could keep all of your personal items here.
Oh,
That's why there's the amethyst buds going through all of the stages of growth, and that's why there's a
okay.
void floor. If you look at the bottom, there's like there's what look like stars, or at the very least, it's meant to look like stars. If you have a bigger void floor that goes deeper, it makes sense. Like if you look all the way at the bottom, there are very dim sources of light. There's very dim end rods. And then if you
Oh my
look
goodness. It's absolutely stunning.
as it gets closer to us, oh, if you think this is stunning, you should see when it's like a 50 blocks across and it's like a complete void floor. It's crazy beautiful. Anyways, right across the road or right across this gap, I made mine a I made mine a bookshelf room for some reason.
Oh,
I have no idea why.
so fun.
I've combined a bunch of like a couple of wood types to make checkerboard floors. I have an enchanting table and a lectern for some reason, and the walls are just bookshelves, chiseled bookshelves, looms, and like the front face of or the front and side faces of a bunch of bamboo blocks. So if you want to build a library, you could totally build a library like this in the craft. Totally
That's
do.
insane. I love it. How long did this take?
Uh Honestly, I didn't keep track of the time because this was while I was in NS. So I just like pull out my laptop and I'd be like, nothing on for the afternoon. Okay, okay, play Minecraft, and then I play Minecraft,
Okay.
and yeah, that's this room. And in the next rooms, I didn't do these like cool floor inlays. We could do them, I guess. Wait, actually, wait, did I do floor inlays? Okay, one of them I left a giant gaping hole in the floor. I think I intended to do something like fill it with a bunch of like build a miniature mine shaft and then filled it with like ores and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I never got around to doing that. So this is where everything that can be mined with a pickaxe is stored. So for example, I have the basalt, smooth basalt, mud bricks, netherite, crimson nylium. We have bulk storage for cobble deep slate, for regular deep slate, for tough. It's a lot. We have stone, cobblestone, smooth stone, andesite, diorite, granite, all the miscellaneous. It's you can see there's like tremendous amount of, and then this one's like all of the glazed terracottas. It's there was a lot that was done here.
Ayo, if only it was possible to merge,
Ooh, yeah, like we can.
it's so much
Well, okay,
effort.
actually we can. We can take the chunks. We can take the chunks from there that have that coordinate and then layer them over this part of the world. But this world like well actually no. Now that it's been updated, if we generate new chunks, it should have new. This world actually predates the trial chamber. Or
I see.
it's a lot of the new. Here is everything that
Okay.
can be mined with shovels. I didn't even fill up. I didn't fill up most of these.
Mm.
But there's like space for podzol, grass blocks, dirt blocks, a whole ton of things. And then I think I also did the same further down the line for yep all the wood products, all the tree products. Then I think here would have just been hoe stuff, every type of plant. So in the event we wanted to make a greenhouse, that'd be pretty. And then yeah, this is basically where the thing.
This
Then
is too cool. So cool.
last thing I did that you may not have seen, I I think I did some work on the. You may remember the village as like a prototype. It's like a pre-version of what we did with the current village. It's where we built like protective walls around it. With the with the village, I flattened everything. I completely flattened the area, and then I basically did colonialism. We flattened everything. We I put roads running through the village, and I may or may not have employed a little bit of slave labor to get
Oh
certain
no.
really nice things. But
Uh-huh.
I can't there's nothing I can really say that'll redeem what I've done. But yeah, I for what it's worth, they're safer in their little niches than they would be running around outside where undead can get.
Okay.
basically we have a village with a bunch of bobs in them.
Oh.
Actually, a path. Where does the path? Okay, so there's a railroad that goes from down there, where we have a
Hmm.
villager breeding facility. I know this
Okay.
sounds pretty terrible, but actually you hop up onto the wall from if you stand on top of the boat with the cat in it, you should be able to just jump onto the wall. Like if you stand on the boat, you should have enough height to jump onto the
Wait,
wall.
I'll get it.
Hey, there you go.
Now I've jumped over the wall though.
Well, you can just look over the edge. It should be safe enough. And down there, there's a villager being chased by a zombie. That's kind of bad on my part. Anyways, let me see if I can do something about
I think someone is shooting me. Is that right? No.
it. I'm shooting down at a zombie. Sure if none of my arrows are hitting. I'm not as good at this as I used to. Trying to pathfind a way up. Ah, there we go.
Who,
Okay.
the villager?
No, the zombie. Oh god, there's another zombie chasing. Dang that. Okay, basically, you see that little box made of birchwood? That's a breeding facility. The villagers in there do nothing except reproduce, and their babies get pulled out by a system. A they basically get pulled out, stuffed into a minecart, and then the second they're adults, they get shot up this rail, and then they get fed into the village. I know it's pretty terrible, but I know it's pretty terrible. It's actually reprehensible. There's nothing I can say to make this look ethical. Also,
Except that they're not alive, I know.
except they're not alive. Also, we've had multiple villager deaths. I mean, we've had alchemist 1, weaponsmith 1, cartographer 1, stonemason 1, stonemason 2, stonemason
What
3, stone.
happens when they die? I've never seen it.
They
So,
okay. So they can get killed by zombies and they will become zombified. You can bring them back from that. But if they turn into a zombie and the golem is standing there, the golem will just like smack their head off. So
right.
these
But then
all
how do you know they're dead? You come back and
you come back and they're not there. Basically, there's all of these villagers have died, and there's the
oh, do we?
this one's special. This one's for the iron golem that I killed, so that
Why
I
did
could
you kill?
so that I could convert zombie villagers. And then I brought them upstairs, and I've actually put them in a secondary breeding area, so that if that lower one falls, there's actually enough. There's enough villagers. There's like a breeding population of.
That's wild. I'm
Oh,
sorry, that's just
it. Oh,
what?
you think that's evil? You haven't even seen how I use them for trade.
I didn't even say evil, but I also observed that we have at least one monkey, one Bravi, and one friar looking in
We
boat.
we do because cats spawn around villages.
Uh-huh.
This
Then what, you trapped them in the boats or they wandered in
I just put the
themselves?
boats down on the ground so that they don't run away and despawn. Yeah, there's this which is okay. I'm gonna be for real with you. Every one of these trapdoors you see has a villager behind it. Some of them don't, but we basically have villagers up to here. This
And what are
entire
they doing behind these doors?
they're they're being safe first of all. So uh okay, I'll show you an example, which is like let's say I am running through here and I'm like, hey, I want a bunch of pieces of diamond armor. Let me just see real quick. Do I have any? Okay, yeah, we actually have chests that are like mostly filled with diamond armor. So this guy is an armorer. If you can
Okay.
come over here. So he's an armorer, right? And do I have any splash coat?
Okay.
I'm just
Master armor.
checking real quick to see if I have any splash potion. Hold on. I think I have a splash potion sitting around, so I can. I should have like chests filled with these. Ah, okay. Splash potion weakness. So, what we do, or what I do, if I run over to a villager, like for example this armorer or this librarian, let's pretend I'm using this, right? And he's trading. If you right click on him, he should be trading diamond armor for a certain price. And if you
Right.
realize that price is not a price you're happy with, you can exit
Mm-hmm.
the trade menu and click the lever at your
Okay.
click this lever at your feet, which will okay. I'll just click the lever for you. It'll drop him into a pit where a zombie can maul him. And if you look closely, you can actually see the zombie behind him right now. And then what you do,
I
you
can,
close
and it's
you close
awful.
this, so you don't need to see his suffering. It's really it's you just close the pit, and then you'll see the subtitle Villager Hurts, and then you'll see Villager dies, Villager infects, and then when you open this again, he's a zombie. Click the lever again,
Yes.
he becomes he's raised to your level. Okay, so what I do is take a splash potion of weakness, and then throw it onto him, and then you force feed him a golden apple. Now, if you look at him, he should be quivering. He should be like
Yeah.
shivering.
Yeah.
Close it. Leave him for 5 minutes. It can happen faster than 5 minutes, and he will turn back into a zombie. He'll turn back into a villager, and he is so grateful for you restoring his humanity or turning him back into a non-zombie that his prices before. Let's say he charged me 6 emeralds for a chest plate. He will now charge me 1 emerald. Okay?
How many times again can you do this? There was a limit, right? I
You
thought they
can
could only be.
they can only reduce the amount by so much, but you can convert and unconvert them. And I don't mean to horrify you, but if you look at this, each of these each of these stalls does the exact same thing. You
Yeah,
can
I imagined just as much. I
like I
mean,
can
that's
drop a zombie in,
diabolical,
I
but
can raise him, drop, raise, and every single one of these stalls works that way. So let's say, for example, you want something of a resource that's going to be a real pain in the ass to gather. Let's
mm-hmm.
say, for example, books. Books are a real pain in the ass to gather. You can keep doing this until a librarian sells you the books for as cheap as possible, which is 3 emeralds. And you can basically alter the traits. So these villagers, I've actually got them to do most of the enchants in the game. So we have Riptide, Silk Touch, Unbreaking, Mending, Punch 2, Fire Aspect, Affinity, and basically I was going to fill these. I was gonna fill these with every kind of with as many people as I needed to get every single enchant in the game. That's one of the things you want to do, so that if you ever need to make a piece of gear, you can
Sure.
specifically like tailor made to order. And the next
Mm-hmm.
one is to get every single kind of terracotta. Because back when I was building this farm, there was no renewable way to get terracotta without destroying the world. Now they added a bunch of new, they added like dripstone, so that like, you can get dirt, and then you can wash it with water bottle to get mud, and then you can put the mud on top of a dripstone block to get clay, and then you can smelt the clay to get terracotta, and you can color the terracotta, and then you can glaze that colored terracotta to get. It's really
Right.
complicated, but it's now they're adding a lot more stuff for sustainability, and yeah, those are the two main big things. There's also a tree farm, which is, do you remember what it was like to get wood for? It was like a bit of a pain in the ass, like to
Yeah.
harvest that much wood. Well,
Uh-huh.
now instead of cutting trees, I have a machine that does it for me. It's
Wow.
so if you want, you can stand out front and you can see what it looks like. Let me just grab some spruce sapling, and what I'll do is I'll go inside. I'll close the door. Actually, wait, no, no. I'll flick this lever, and then I will like, huh, I supplied it with bone meal. I did supply it with bone. Hold on. Let me go check that I haven't done something. Oh wait, hold on. This in the sound effect sensor. Huh. Give me a moment. It's been so long I've forgotten how the farm works. Maybe if I turn this on. Oh, there we go. Okay, farm's running.
I heard. Yeah.
Run out to the front, and you'll be able to see what the farm
Where
does.
is the front?
Uh, that way. So basically, what happens is I plant a sapling. It
Oh.
gets grown instantly into a full tree. The tree gets pushed along by a row of pistons,
Uh
and
huh.
then it gets fed out the front, where a specifically timed blast from a duplicated piece of TNT will fall,
Yeah.
break all the logs, and they'll get picked up by a water stream and thrown into it.
It's crazy. And why is there glass on top of it?
Oh, just so that I can see. I like watching the items flow. But yeah, that's basically how the farm works, and we can build this in our world. Actually, we can build an even simpler version. Basically, like even more automatic, if you can believe that.
Is a
And
hopper the thing that feeds directly into a chest? I don't
yep,
remember.
the hopper types the item directly in Jason. So we
And if
have
the chest is full,
if the chest is full, it'll just linger there. It'll just linger there until it. But we shouldn't let it get because even after all of the usage I've gotten out of this farm, we are only at about we've only filled up about eight eight no sorry we've only filled out about 12 of the chests. Each of these is
oh, so if the
five tall and 9 blocks
sorry,
long, so 45. 12 out of 45
okay,
chests up.
so if the if the nearest chest is full, it will
It will
fill, it will overflow.
yep, it'll slide along. Let's say I all the items are coming here. They'll go to here. If they can't get picked
Mm-hmm.
up by this hopper and fed into that chest, move along to here, get fed into that chest,
Oh, I
all the way.
understand. So there's a hopper beside every chest?
Yep,
Oh, okay.
all feed into like a chain of 5 double chests. One, two, okay,
Nice.
6 double chests as loads. Yeah, that's a basic.
Yeah, the engineering on farms is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I have done a couple of other things off camera, but like, they're not completed projects yet. That I I think that somewhere in this world there's got to be an iron farm because I have put my hands on a lot of iron. I don't. I just don't remember where precisely I put it.
Right. That's crazy though.
I think I was considering actually like expanding the terrain a little bit so that we could accommodate an iron farm as well. But I, wherever I put it, it's not here.
Oh shit,
But
what did I do?
oh,
I buffed an iron.
you hit an iron golem. Yeah, he's so these ones are spawned by villagers. So when you hit them, they get angry. If we spawned an
No, but I
iron golem,
right-clicked him.
oh, you right clicked him with the wind charge.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that still makes them angry.
of course, dumbass. I just wanted to say hi.
Don't worry. I don't think most mobs can't cross rail. Worst comes to us, I can see if I have a lead, chain him up.
You mean he'll stay angry?
He will stay angry for a while. I mean, they have a fixed amount of memory, but it's not that long. Okay, I've chained him up to a fence. Don't need to worry. But yeah, this is. I did a whole lot of stuff off camera in this, but I think in the next one, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do is
Mm-hmm.
not that. I'm just gonna do the really brain, brain, brain hemorrhage inducing stuff off camera.
Yeah, okay.
And you can even see the way I plan to build a road. Where I plan to build a road that connects here to. Yeah. Anyways,
Oh,
I'm going
that'd
to.
be insane.
I'm just gonna. I guess I just end stream real quick, and then I try and. Uh, I will switch the worlds back to regular Mumcraft. That way we
Okay.
could. That way I can start building the. I guess the floor outline. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll see you then.
All right.
Bye, stream.
So,
Oh, sorry.
bye,
Oh, sorry.
folks.
What? You had a.
No, no, just saying bye to everyone out there.
Bye, stream.